Flying through outer space in a meteor and you don't have any fucking weapons? How ill-prepared are you? This was fucking magical because I played Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo. Open up! It's the Jehovah's Witness! It's been a long time since I've watched the intro to this. I don't know if I'm probably just gonna spend 15 minutes with Final Fantasy V and then 15 minutes with Final Fantasy VI because I've already played through both of them. I mean, this whole series is supposed to be about games that I've never played, or I guess the whole Twitch thing is supposed to be about games that I've never played before. So, because I have a collection of over 300 PS1 games, and that's the whole point of me streaming them on Twitch. I think some of the ones that I'm going to start out with are ones that I have already played before. I remember it was super magical playing this for the very first time. Obviously, because Final Fantasy V had never been released in America at the time. It's also weird playing it on the PlayStation again because it's the PlayStation. The last time that I played through this, I think it was on the Game Boy Advance, and I know just recently the Pixel remasters came out on PS4 specifically. God, the intro is gonna be like the entire 15 minutes that I'm gonna be spending with it. I swear. The wind stopped. I like how they call him Old Man to start out with. Like he's so mysterious. It's the beginning of the fucking game. Everybody else, as far as I can tell, has their name. I don't really have a lot of commentary for this game. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going, apparently. I've really actually only played through this game all the way, I think, twice. And I never did it on the PlayStation. When I was a kid, I would always get to a certain point. I don't know, I just couldn't get through it. I guess, I don't know what the reason was. Yes! Talk to the lady in distress. Just call me Batman. It doesn't really fucking matter, because we are only playing 9 more minutes of it. Call me Bartz. Me and Boko just ride wherever the trail takes us. Where am I? Ow! Oh, my head! So you get to know... Well, you don't... You know, there's not... Like, in my opinion, there's not a whole hell of a lot of character development. Are we even gonna get to the cave? Jesus. I like Final Fantasy V. It's decent enough. But, I don't know, some of the music in it is just... Some of the music is fucking great. A couple of the songs are fucking great. Like, the boss theme music, I think, is really awesome. And then there's that one that everybody talks about. Some of the music, it just doesn't feel as inspired as, like, you know, like Final Fantasy VI, especially. Final Fantasy VI always comes to mind. Probably also Final Fantasy IV. My dad's dying wish was for me to travel the world. Besides, I think Gollum's, what a bunch of crap! Grumpy old man. Jesus. See, like, this song is great. I think this song is great, too. It has that feeling of, you know, like, adventure and whatnot. Now, Boko, you stay here. It's dangerous ahead. I was actually gonna say that, but I didn't remember that's what he said. Random encounters. Yeah, she's kind of useless. She's kind of useless in the beginning. I think he's kind of useless in the beginning, too. Yeah, he's the worst. Where are your weapons at, dude? Jeez. Flying through outer space in a meteor and you don't have any fucking weapons? How ill-prepared are you? Right, we're at the 15-minute mark. that is all the time we have for some Final Fantasy V. We're gonna switch over to Final Fantasy VI now. God, I remember used to having frickin' endless arguments with my friend because when Final Fantasy VI came out, when Final Fantasy Anthology came out, he was still calling it, 3 and 4, or 3, 2 and 3. He was calling 4 and 6 2 and 3 still. And his biggest argument, of course, well, it's like that in America. And I'm like, well, it's not like that now. It's came out. Both of them have came out. All of them have came out in America at this point. And there's an actual 2 and an actual 3 in America right now. So, come on, get with the program. Stop constant arguments about it. What is wrong with my CD tray? Oh, okay. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Here we go. Oh, this opening scene. This was fucking magical because I played Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo, and seeing an opening, like a PS1 opening, because I think I had, played like Final Fantasy VIII, and a little bit of Final Fantasy VII, and seeing this opening scene for a game that I loved, it was fucking amazing. And I wish there was more. There's only, I think, there's a total of 3. But I think the third one is literally just like the first and second one, but like cut in different ways. But oh my god, I wish there was more. I was like, oh man, when the second, or no, when Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 4 remake came out for the Nintendo DS, I wasn't so stoked about, but it's a little bit loud now. But 4 I was pretty stoked about because I thought 4 was done pretty well. And so I was like, alright, then they're going to do 5, then they're going to do 6, and yeah! Never fucking happened. Never fucking happened. I was so upset. And it still fucking hasn't happened. But yeah, it was just so fucking cool to see all the characters, or almost all the characters, in 3D. It was amazing. And to this day, it's still pretty cool. Alright, enough of that. Yeah, this is one of my favorite games of all time. And I don't care what anybody says, it's the best Final Fantasy. I don't care what anybody says. Final Fantasy VII can go suck it. And also, I know it's probably just because of nostalgia and shit, but I like this translation mostly pretty much better than any of the other translations. Because the Super Nintendo, it was slightly censored. But this is basically the original translation, just with a few, changed words, and that's it. Only problem with this version, some of the sound effects and the music, from what I can remember, is mostly the same. I could be wrong. Sound effects are kind of weird and funky. And of course, the loading times suck. It adds, who knows how long to the runtime of the game, just because of the loading times in between the battles and, the walking around. Yeah, I think maybe the music is a little bit different. I can't really tell. It's been too long since I've actually played the Super Nintendo version. Oh, random battles! Oh shit, oh shit! Oh, they don't care about that. Okay, so hopefully we can get Terra to fire up a tech missile at the beginning. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get anywhere. I guess 15 minutes for each game was not the best idea. I remember when I was younger, it took me so fucking long to figure out that you needed to go through there. Like, I didn't know where to fucking go. I was like, this is stupid. I can't even get anywhere in the first part of the game. Jesus. See, all the fucking music in 6 just kicks. Like, man. I like how there's a light tutorial here. I've noticed, if you really think about it, Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, and 7, all of the first bosses have this mechanic of the boss having, like, a thing where, you know, it takes on, like, a different form, or, you know, something happens in battle, and you have to wait in order to attack it, because if you don't wait, then it'll counterattack it. 4, 5, 6, and 7 all do that for their very first boss. That's an interesting effect for the PlayStation version. I know the other games I'm going to be playing for like 30 minutes instead of just 15, but even just within the first 15 minutes, and if you extend it to the first 30 minutes, there's enough story here that I feel like this is like a good start to really kind of get you intrigued, because you're like, what's up with the frozen thing in the cave? Why does the Empire want it exactly? What's have to do with this girl? I remember playing. There was a ROM hack with it was a dialogue, like most of it, like it was a spoof, and it was funny because at that part, they were like, "Open up! It's the Jehovah's Witnesses," or something like, or like the guy says like, "Oh no, it's the Jehovah's Witness." I don't know. We found it fucking, me and my cousin Adam, we found it fucking hilarious. That ROM hack, like, spoof thing is probably still around somewhere around the internet. Alright, so that's all of the time we have for Final Fantasy Anthology. I would recommend Final Fantasy 5 or 6, but the PlayStation versions, nowadays there are much better ways to play both of these games. You can find them, gosh, on just about everything, on Steam. On if you get the Game Boy Advance versions, they have more content. And I almost feel like Final Fantasy V on the Game Boy Advance is easier. I could be way off base, but it felt like it when I was playing through it. Yeah, or you can play it on, I mean, it's on PS4, it's on Steam. Yeah, there are many different ways to play this game. Playing it on the PlayStation, or even on an emulator for the PlayStation, isn't the way to go nowadays. But eventually I'm going to get to it on my Twitch channel. So if you want to check out my Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/thecroaster. The link is in the description below. I'm going to be releasing plenty of videos, hopefully, over the next few months. I'm hoping to get this shit started, but we'll see. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around.